What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the newest rumor on Bluepoint Games. Now, technically, not that new, more like, actually, I think the day that they were bought, but just after what I said about it, which is actually, so I'm going to give credit, to the leaker. We'll talk about her in a second, but I do want to say, in the video I made about Bluepoint being bought by Sony, I did say that their initial rumor is that, or actually not even a rumor, they said they're making a new game, right? An original game. It's their own game. It's not a remake. And I said, well, maybe that's true, but maybe they have two teams like Sony tries to do with all their developments, and the second team is doing a remake. Well, turns out that's exactly what is happening. So, it's exactly what's happening if you believe this rumor. This girl, Millie A, very good leaker. I've talked about her before. She called, I guess, the only thing I'll say, I guess, you guys can research her on your own, but she knew Wolverine was going to be announced at the PlayStation Showcase. Nobody else knew that was going to happen. So she, that's something that I would say gives her massive credit. So basically, she says, Bluepoint, who are now an official PlayStation studio, have two projects in development. The first is an original game that is similar in size to Miles Morales, Insomniac's Miles Morales, and the second is a remake of a beloved game. So obviously the beloved game gets people going, right? I think I tweeted the rumor, and there's a lot of people that wanted Sly. I agree with that, but well, let me just quickly address that. I want Sly, but remember, I believe the rumor that Sly 5 is happening. So I don't know if you would have somebody be making Sly 5 while also Bluepoint is making a remake of Sly. Maybe they come out like back to back, but I think historically what we normally see is the remake comes out like at least a year. I guess, well, historically we haven't seen this happen all that often, but like Crash is a good example, right? And it took a while between the remake of Crash before we got like a brand new game. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like if it comes out like a couple months before Sly 5, like that's it's just different. I don't know if it would be wrong to do it. It would just be different. So I don't know if it's that. I think she later clarified like the day after that it's not Metal Gear, like 100%. So I think she knows what it is, or maybe she knows what it's absolutely not, right? So she says it's not Metal Gear, fine. I don't really know. Maybe like Siphon Filter is a game that's come up before when it comes to Bluepoint. I float around jokingly that the original game could almost be like a Bloodborne game, like a Bloodborne 2. Maybe it could be like a Bloodborne spin-off title. I don't really see why you couldn't do something like that. And I don't know. I guess I don't really have that many ideas in terms of, I just kind of wanted to talk about that it was happening. So I think that's awesome. I think I personally am okay with it. I think one of the funny things I saw on the internet on, what was Thursday when this happened, right, is that a lot of people came out to be like, no, don't make an original game. Like, they bought you to be a remake team. And I get where that comes from. I get it. And I would say, and I actually said that in the video, you're buying them because they've just done the best job out of they're the best remake studio in the world. I believe that. I just do. They're the best remaster studio when they did remasters, right? And they moved on from it. So I just think how I looked at it is you're buying this team and they can do that. So anytime you want to give them a remake to do, you're getting a perfect rendition of it in modern time. You just are. But you also can test the water. You could see if they can make a game on there. Why wouldn't you want a studio? Again, what I said in that video. Why wouldn't you want a studio that could do remakes whenever you wanted, but also has the capabilities to be a really solid studio that can make their own games? Like, don't you want both? Wouldn't you want both? So I don't really see the problem with them doing their own game. I think it's honest. Even if they test the water, even if they were so transparent to say, look, we're going to try this. If we can't do it, we've proven that we can't conceptually come up with anything on our own. We need other people's works, which, again, like, this is very exaggerative, right? But, like, you could say that, and Sony could say, yep, we tried it out. We wanted to see if they can make their own games. The answer is they can't, so we're going to give them remakes for the rest of the time that we own them. And it's like, you know what? That's just straightforward. That's pretty mean to say it like that, right? But it's very, like, to the point, and I have no problem with that. So if that's how you want to see it, fine. Fine. So very cool. I like the idea of them doing two games. Two games are always better than one, as long as they're both, quality stuff and they put in the time. But, yeah, again, in terms of what they could do, I don't know. I still like the idea of a Bloodborne spinoff. But yet again, well, no, you know what? I keep saying that, but that's not an original game. So I guess we're literally talking something built from the ground up from them. So I don't know. Maybe a game that's like the Souls games, but from them. maybe something like that. And then the remake, again, Sly makes a lot of sense if they're not doing Sly 5. If Sly 5 is not being worked on and this remake is, then that could easily be that one. Besides that, maybe like Jak and Daxter. I mean, you could always go back to those games. Jak and Daxter. You could do like old Ratchet and Clanks. I don't really know if you'd need to or want to, but you could do that. Siphon Filter's a good one. Those are, I would say those are pretty solid ideas I would try to, shoot for. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, as always, to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a brand new video on the channel every single day. And so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.